In today's lecture, we are going to talk about wave equations for electric and magnetic field. Wave equations for E and B. We know electric and magnetic fields are the two components of an electromagnetic wave. These two fields are perpendicular to each other as well as perpendicular to the propagation of the electromagnetic wave. So E is say oscillating along y axis and B is oscillating along z axis and the wave is propagating along x axis. Or today we are going to see that electric and magnetic fields, they also behave like waves, and that wave, the wave associated with electric field as well as magnetic field, moves with some particular velocity, which is precisely the velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And from that result, we will conclude that light is an electromagnetic wave. So in order to get that result, what we are going to do here, we are going to consider Maxwell's four electrodynamics relations in free space. So what are those four relations? One is del dot E is 0, as there is no charge or current in the free space, therefore del dot E is 0. This is basically Gauss law, the differential form of Gauss law in electrostatics. Then number 2, divergence of B, that is del dot B is 0, which tells us that magnetic monopole does not exist. Third one, curl E is equal to minus del V by del T, which is Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Then the fourth one, curl B is equal to mu 0 J plus mu naught epsilon naught del E by del T, which is Ampere's law with Maxwell's correction. Since we are in the free space, there is no current density, so J is 0. Therefore, we have mu naught epsilon naught del E by del T. Now you see the third and fourth equations are coupled. That means both electric and magnetic fields are there. So we are going to decouple them using a vector identity and incorporating these first two equations, which are del dot E equals to 0 and del dot B equals to 0. So let's start with electric one. So vector identity for electric field is curl of curl E, which is gradient of divergence E minus del square E. Now we know curl E is equal to minus del V by del T, so we'll put that one. Del dot E is 0, therefore only we are going to have del square E on the right hand side. We'll take curl inside, minus will cancel out. Del T of curl B, which is equal to del square E. Curl B mu naught epsilon naught del E by del T. that is equal to del square E. We'll do the rearrangement. Del square E is equal to mu naught epsilon naught del T of del E by del T. That gives me del square E by del T square. Very easy. So therefore, we are getting the wave equation for electric field. Similarly, using vector identity for magnetic field, curl of curl B, which is gradient of divergence B minus del square B. Then curl B, putting the value of del E by del T. Curl B, mu naught epsilon naught del E by del T. Del dot B is 0, which is equal to minus del square B mu naught epsilon naught will come out of the bracket. We'll take curl inside minus del square B. Curl E by curl E is minus del B by del T. Minus minus will cancel out, rearrange it, and we'll get del square B is equal to mu naught epsilon naught del square B by del T square. So very similar equations. Del square E mu naught epsilon naught del square E by del T square, and del square B is equal to mu naught epsilon naught del square B by del T square. Now, the classical wave equation we know is del square Y xt by del x square is equal to 1 by v square del square y function of xt by del t square. This is the classical wave equation. Y equal to say cos kx minus omega t, a travelling wave. So left hand side is the derivative with respect to space, right hand side derivative with respect to t. Both sides we have second order derivative. Similarly, here we also see this is a special derivative. This is the time derivative for magnetic fields, and this is the special derivative for electric field, and right hand side is the derivative with respect to t, and both are second order. So that means all are basically following the same wave equation. Now here v is the velocity of the classical wave. What about this? Epsilon naught mu naught. If I put v is equal to square root of epsilon naught mu naught and insert the values of epsilon naught mu naught, I will get 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, which is basically the velocity of light. So that means epsilon naught mu naught is 1 by v square. 1 by v square, and this v is nothing but the velocity of light c, which is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second after substituting the values of epsilon naught and mu naught in free space. That tells us that light is an electromagnetic wave, because electric and magnetic fields are the two perpendicular components of the electromagnetic wave. We found that both electric and magnetic fields are moving with some velocity v. That velocity v is the velocity of light c. Therefore, we can conclude that light is an electromagnetic wave.